Hello again, everybody, and welcome to another exciting hour of Mid-South Wrestling. I'm Jim Ross, along with Joel Watts and our special guest commentator, Mr. Unpredictable Dick Slater. We'll be calling the action, ladies and gentlemen. So many exciting things going on in the Mid-South area. It's great to see Ted DiBiase back. Of course, Dick Murdoch is back in the Mid-South area with no remorse whatsoever after what he has done to Ted DiBiase. And he says if DiBiase gets in his way, he'll finish him once and for all. We heard those comments from Cowboy Bill Watts last week. Also, a top junior heavyweight, Brett Wayne, in the Mid-South area. And, of course, one of the great athletes in professional wrestling, Terry Taylor, back in the Mid-South area. A lot of exciting things happening, Joel. Look at this television program. So many great tournament matches. I know you want to tell everybody about it.
Well, the Mid-South TV title tournament is underway. We have 4 matches scheduled today, but keep in mind we have a new rule. The 15-minute time limit has been done away with. We now have matches for 1 fall or TV time remaining. Scheduled today, we have Jake the Snake Roberts against Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer against Nick Patrick. We have Dr. Death against Rob Ricksteiner, and Humongous against Hacksaw Jim Duggan. 4 fantastic TV title matches.
You know, last week I was in a TV championship match myself against Al Perez. I'm very interested to be here today to watch these television tournament matches, because I'm very interested in the television championship myself. You got today Buzz Sawyer and Nick Patrick, and also you got Jake the Snake Roberts against Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. You know, Jake the Snake Roberts, as long as I am here making my expert commentaries on this, the DDT, his fame and holes should be barred. But another thing I'd like to say something about Grizzly Smith, the matchmaker. As long as I am around here, Grizzly Smith, as long as I am accompanied by Journey, I know what you're trying to do. All the people in the Mid-South area would love to see Butch Reed have Journey for 30 days, but baby, that's never going to happen. I'll tell you that right now. As for you, I wish you'd smile once in a while, Joel. Every time I come around, my face is on the camera or I'm on the scene. Something always exciting happens. But I'm not here today to do anything but commentate these matches as a special guest commentator, and I would like to see exactly what kind of competition I'm going to have to go after to become the Mid-South television champion.
All right, I want to add one thing in response to your comments. Mid-South has a standing $2,500 fine to any guest commentator that leaves this area and gets involved in any situation in the ring.
I'm not here to get involved in anything. As you see, I've been fined before. I have enough money anyway. I got $50,000 to play with as it is. I'm not here to interfere in any match. I'm here on a scouting mission because I want to know who I may have to wrestle, and of course that could be anybody. I might have to wrestle Buzz Sawyer, my good friend. I might have to wrestle Humongous, who knows? All
right, well, ladies and gentlemen, with that situation, Dick Slater will be the guest commentator on these matches, and we will be back with a great television tournament match. Jake the Snake Roberts will go against Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert right after this.
This event, 1 fall or television time remaining for the Mid-South TV title tournament bout. In the red corner from Lexington, Tennessee, and the House of Humperdinck, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. And across the ring from Atlanta, Georgia, in the blue corner, Jake the Snake. Your referee, Carl Fergie.
Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, there you see, was Sir Oliver Humperdinck.
Here, but look at Jake Roberts. Don't tell me he don't look like a low-down snake of a dog anyway. He do just about anything to win the matches, I can see. And right there you got Eddie Gilbert going ahead and almost catching the foul on Jake Roberts.
All right, I want to clarify something right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is Jim Ross along with Dick Slater at ringside. Joel Watts.
Special guest commentator.
Exactly right, a special guest commentator.
Mr. Dick Slater.
All right, Mr. Dick Slater is with us, ladies and gentlemen. Joel Watts has bowed out of this situation at this point in time. As Mr. Slater, one of the prime candidates for the Mid-South Television Championship, victorious in his tournament match, very controversial, I might add, last week against Al Perez. But be that as it may.
You would be biased, wouldn't you? You would say something controversial about me as long as I'm standing here. But I'm going to go over here and take a look at Jake Roberts and Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. Of course, Humperdinck, one of the most successful managers of professional wrestling today. As you can see right there, Jake Roberts twisting Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert's fingers. That's an illegal move.
Well, that's extremely debatable, but I don't plan on being here to debate you. I do look forward to your insight as to the strategy that both these men will employ in this contest.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, being that I may end up having to wrestle either one of these gentlemen, Jake Roberts or Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert, for the television championship. Of course, there's so many top competitors for this championship, and the way the tournament's set up, I could be wrestling anybody. Jake Roberts could be wrestling anybody, but right now Jake Roberts is in a really tough match against a nice man like Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert.
And I'm sure you're going to say that the man we just saw on the screen, Sir Oliver Humperdinck's also a nice man.
He's a great individual. Have you spent any time with Sir Oliver Humperdinck? He's a great individual. He's got a mind on him to professional wrestling. Everything he's ever managed has been a champion.
I haven't
Look
had
at
that
Humongous. Look at Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert and the Nightmare, the Mid-South Tag Team Champions. And you see right now, Jake Roberts twisting. Jake Roberts. That's the best about Jake Roberts. The only thing that Jake Roberts really has going for him is that DDT. I've never seen Jake Roberts beat another man with any other hold other than the DDT. As far as I'm concerned, there's a lot of dangerous holds in professional wrestling, and the DDT has to be classified as probably one of the most dangerous holds that you'd ever have to get into. They once outlawed the pile driver. Now they should outlaw the DDT.
Well, that's only your opinion. It's not the opinion of Mid-South Sports, I'll tell you that, because it's a very legal maneuver. It is cruel but fair, as the shirt says.
You can break a man's neck, and you know that I've never done that to anybody myself.
No, but you attempted to break Butch Reed's neck just a few weeks ago here on television.
Butch Reed's a low-down dog anyway. I don't appreciate Grizzly Smith at all. The matchmakers Mid-South. I came here for a special mission, and now all of a sudden I got to wrestle and put my lady up for 30 days. There's no way that she's going to go through that. There's no way that I'm ever going to have that happen to Dick Slater.
Well, let's focus on the match at hand. We've got a very interesting confrontation here. Jake Roberts with all the leverage.
Eddie Gilbert's going to beat Jake Roberts. I feel it right now. I'm going to make a prediction. Because Jake Roberts is so cocky, he thinks he can just about beat anybody. And right now, Jake Roberts is working on Hot Stuff's arm, but just like any other profession and professional wrestler, so there he goes. Jake Roberts goes ahead and lays a big right hand on the top of Eddie Gilbert's head. That's an illegal move.
Well, no one said that Jake Roberts followed the rules to the letter every time he gets in the ring, but you made one very astute statement. That is that Jake Roberts can beat anybody that I've ever seen get in the ring if he can execute the DDT.
That's
a legal maneuver.
Take a look at Jake Roberts and take a look at that sinister face he's got on him and tell me that Jake Roberts wouldn't do just about anything to win a match. Well, right now he's got Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert in a bad way, but I guess right here pretty soon the tide's going to change, and as you can see right there, Eddie Gilbert dished out a legal blow, and now Jake Roberts, well, see right there, Eddie Gilbert was a little too quick in thinking, so you got to do a lot of thinking right there. Jake Roberts pulls him by the hair, right back down in that arm again.
Well, I think Eddie Gilbert has, of course, been on the defensive. Jake Roberts has controlled the tempo and has controlled this match from the outset. I will say that. Eddie Gilbert is a tough man. I'll agree with you in that situation. He is a very tough man, very opportunistic, and he raked the eyes, a blatant infraction of the rules.
See, there's a very smart move. Jake Roberts got them big old long legs, and Eddie Gilbert was able to get right down underneath him and come up with that combination of moves that he did right there. And now, of course, Eddie Gilbert, he's got a little bit of power going around there.
Well, he may have.
He knows what he's doing, though, see.
And he's making a quick exit. Gilbert tried to go right to the well, but it was dry. Jake Roberts. Gilbert. Why is Gilbert?
Well, you know why Gilbert's running now. Jake Roberts is using his fist in every move he's got. Now Jake Roberts made a very stupid individual move and found himself caught right there. You know, Humperdinck has trained his men very well, you know.
Well, he is, of course, 5 times manager of the year in professional wrestling, and right now, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert taking over on the man with the DDT, Jake the Snake Roberts, and as we see the tide turning here on Mid-South Wrestling, this television tournament match, one fall or TV time remaining.
I told you he was going to win this match, didn't I? There you go, right there. That's it right there, I'm guaranteed. Oh, jeez.
1-2.
Jake Roberts is very lucky to kick out of that one.
Jake Roberts is a competitor, no doubt about it. He has the solid support of the fans. It's really great to hear the DDT chant everywhere he goes, any arena in the country. They want to see it.
Jake Roberts, do you hear him chant Jake Roberts like they chant Dick Slater, like they chant Journey? You know, everywhere Journey and I go, is everybody's got a little nasty sign for her. I'm tired of that myself. I deal with a lot of respect everywhere I've gone in this world. And right now you see Eddie Gilbert's got Jake Roberts in a real bad position. And that's right. Hit him back like that because Jake Roberts has a discount because he did the same thing to Eddie Gilbert.
Well, let's try to keep our comments unbiased. You're the guest
I
commentator.
am not
here.
a biased commentator. I am sitting here and I'm calling it play by play. Right there, okay, that's Jake Roberts is down. He's came out of it again.
Well, a well-executed inside drop cradle. Eddie Gilbert had on Jake Roberts, but Jake, with that long,
Jake
lanky
Roberts
frame,
must have
kicked
some
out.
kind of grease in his hair or something where hot stuff can't hook them hands together. I know in Jake Roberts, he's bound to have something up his sleeve.
Well, I don't see why you have to be so negative at every
You
situation.
think Jake Roberts is very good looking? I don't think he's very. I think he's a low-down dog myself.
Snake Roberts.
Snake, hell yeah, Snake, yeah. The Snake.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, now remember this match, one fall or television time remaining. Jake Roberts with that knee lift.
There he goes, right back to punching the guy again. There he goes. There, he set him up for the DDT, and a legal hold should be barred for professional wrestling. And if I can do something about it, there he goes again, maybe smart move. Oh, see what I mean? And then he broke his neck.
The DDT, everybody is standing, and we have got a winner in the television tournament. Jake the Snake Roberts with the DDT, a legal maneuver, I might add, and we'll be back.
That stuff's face. Look at him, look at him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back with more exciting Mid-South Wrestling after this word from the Mid-South Sports Network.
This event, a Mid-South TV title tournament bout, one fall or television time remaining. Supposed to be in the red corner, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer. And across the ring in the blue corner, his opponent, Nick Patrick.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to
There's
start
my
this.
man. There's my man right there. You know, I got to admire Nick Patrick. He's got a lot of guts. But just like Buzz Sawyer right there has got that chain, you know, Buzz Sawyer has never been beat in a dog collar match. Matter of fact, he's the only one that I've ever heard of to beat the junkyard dog in a dog collar match. And right now he's trying to get Nick Patrick to get into that chain.
Well, that's not the way.
Patrick ain't gonna do something.
The match
stupid
wasn't
like
signed
that,
to be
huh?
a dog collar match.
No,
That's
hey,
what
wait a minute, here comes Coconut Head. Here comes Coconut Head himself, huh? Hey, we need to do something to find him. I'm not down here to do anything. I'm just down here commentating. Get him out of here. Get old Coconut Head out of here. Get old Coconut Head out of here.
What about the challenge back jumper? When you don't put your woman up, back
Butch,
jumper.
come on now.
I'm ready to put her out on
Ladies
the
and
street,
gentlemen,
baby.
we've got a match in the ring, and Nick Patrick's taking.
Why don't you put her up?
I apologize for this interruption, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to call the action. And Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer with that power slam. That's all she wrote for Nick Patrick.
I'm just ignoring you, Butch. Get
All right, Butch, that's all right.
him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
Hey,
Hey, why don't you go do something, huh? Why don't you go clean the garbage up yourself?
All right,
See
ladies
now,
and gentlemen.
Butch Reed calling me a back jump. He gonna go in and jump buster. Did you see that? That's how stupid Butch Reed is. That's how stupid Butch Reed is. He's getting caught now. Check this out. All right, that's it, Butch Reed. That's how dumb
there's
Butch
no
Reed
call
is.
for this.
You tell me old Coconut
Here
Head
comes Hacksaw,
is trying
Tim
to come
Duggan.
in there to do something right there.
Here's Hacksaw Duggan. There'll be something done, all right, right here. Duggan and Sawyer.
Duggan in there.
Fist and fire right here. Hacksaw Duggan and Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer.
You know, that's ridiculous right there. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to see my perfect opportunity now.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You better stick around right here. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got bodies all over the place. And Dick Slater, you heard him. He said he saw his opportunity right here. And Duggan and Sawyer are fighting all the way out the front door. They knocked the barricades over. There goes the referee. And now Slater has got that chain. And Reed met him with a foot. Hacksaw Butch Reed is loose. Hacksaw Butch Reed is loose. And he's tearing the clothes off of Mr. Unpredictable Dick Slater. This crowd is standing. He's got Slater down nearly to his BVDs. Soup bowl. Dark Journey is still here at ringside. Duggan and Sawyer all the way out in the parking lot. They're telling me the police officers there are trying to break that up. into the ring. They're trying to restrain Hacksaw Duggan, and the Dirt Journey is trying to protect her man. Look at this. The referees are trying to restrain Hacksaw Reed. Dirt Journey's trying to protect her man who just got his clothes tore off of it. Reed went for Dirt Journey. Hacksaw Reed is standing tall, and Slater has had his clothes tore off. Slater down to his underwear. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to get this thing put back together. Here comes Hacksaw Jim Duggan. I don't know where Sawyer is, somewhere in the parking lot. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to try to get this back together. We'll get it back together, and we'll be right back after this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting things back together here at our television studio. Joel, thank you very much for joining us, rejoining us. I must say, $2,500 fine. I feel like it's going to be automatic with Dick Slater. I'm sure that we'll hear more about that next week.
Well, we haven't really had time to announce anything yet, but I'm sure that he's going to be fined $2,500. As a matter of fact, it's practically official at this point.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that $50,000 that Ric Flair gave Mr. Slater is really, that pile of money is certainly dwindling. Let's go now to ring announcer Boyd Pierce.
This event, a tag team match, one fall or 10-minute time limit. The team in the red corner, Larry Clark and Broadway Joe Malcolm. In the ring, Porkchop's Cash and Mad Dog Boyd, the Bruise Brothers. Your referee, Carl Fergie.
And the crowds in the Mid-South area love the Bruise Brothers, no doubt about it, undefeated in tag team action in the Mid-South area as they prepare to get it on with Broadway Joe Malcolm and Larry Clark here on Mid-South Wrestling. Again, Jim Ross and Joel Watts with you at ringside. Thank you very much for being with us. We've got action in the ring.
It's the Bruise Brothers. These two can really mix it up. Porkchop's Cash can really duke it. And when Dog hits you with that splash, there's no getting up. Oh, high elevation on Broadway Joe Malcolm. During my absence, Jim, I heard an announcement that Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert has offered a reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the person or persons who have stolen his portrait. That should be interesting.
Yeah, that's a very interesting situation. No doubt about it. And an interesting situation will be for Larry Clark as he has been tagged by Broadway Joe, waiting on him. One Porkchop's Cash, one half of the Bruise Brothers.
Collar and elbow tie up, and Cash with a right cross to the face. These two go back alley style, there's no doubt about it. Whoa! A hard clothesline. Mad Dog Boyd, a powerful individual.
He's about 280, it looks like, Joe. 285 and growing. Porkchop's, he's a strong man. Porkchop's Cash in great condition. Now there's a tag.
Looks like the Dog setting up for that big splash. He catches him. Lateral press.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bruise Brothers, victorious right here on Mid-South Wrestling. And they feel good, and they are victorious. And we'll be back with Al Perez versus Ricky Starr after this on the Mid-South Television Network.
This bout one fall with a time limit of 10 minutes. In the red corner, Ricky Starr. And across the ring from Florida, Al Perez. Your referee, Tommy Gilbert.
Al Perez and Ricky Starr here on Mid-South Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for staying with us here on Mid-South. One fall or a 10-minute time limit. Al Perez from Tampa, Florida, going against Ricky Starr, who hails from Nashville, Tennessee.
Perez immediately going to the armbar and twist. He takes Ricky Starr down. Starr, a very arrogant, cocky young man. Al Perez, of course, a fantastic athlete. As he goes behind on Starr, ties up the cross ankle. Coming up next, we have Rob Ricksteiner against Dr. Death.
Ooh. Well, that's going to be, they can measure that one on the Richter scale.
Most certainly, that'll be our third scheduled TV title tournament bout. That'll be for one fall or a TV time remaining. After that, if we have TV time remaining, we'll have Hacksaw Jim Duggan against Humongous, so stay with us. A couple of great main events coming up.
We sure do, right here on Mid-South Wrestling.
Collar and elbow tie-up once again. This time, Ricky Starr getting the headlock. Perez takes him to the ropes and fires him off hard. Starr went for the shoulder smash, but Perez, his quickness comes through once again as he gets a beautiful drop toe hold and ties up the cross ankle ride once again, but this time with the legs. Kind of an unorthodox way to do it, but Perez, very confident of his amateur background and his strength as well, he should be.
I think one of Perez's most glaring attributes, Joel, is his quickness. He is probably one of the quicker men in professional wrestling. And I think he also is, he's very well versed, and maybe an interesting point here is that he's just as well versed in tag team situations as he is in single competition, which may not sound like a big point, but it really is. He works as effectively by himself or with a partner. He is that talented, that well versed in professional wrestling.
It's a very good point, Jim. Perez is, he's just as satisfied to go either way. He's hungry. He's a superstar on his way up. I feel like he has a lot of potential. Ricky Starr trying to go to the ropes there. As once again, Perez tied up the leg. One thing about Perez, when he goes after a certain part of the body, when he decides to have his strategic point, he sticks with it.
And another thing, at any time, any place, and any position, the belly-to-back suplex is always a potential maneuver that Al Perez execute as well as anybody. They're right back on the offensive with a single leg pickup.
I think that belly-to-back suplex is probably one of the most technically perfect holds now utilized in professional wrestling. Kind of reminds me of the DDT in the way it can catch you at any time, at any place. Once again, back to that leg. Perez attacking the knee, attacking the ankle of Starr. He has him definitely under control. Starr looks to be getting a little bit frustrated.
You know, in the last several matches I've seen Al Perez, he has worked on the upper portion of the body. And in this match, to keep his opponent off balance, he has worked on the lower extremities, which I think is a sound strategic maneuver for Al Perez.
Well, whatever Al feels like he can use to his advantage, he goes right after it. Perez putting Ricky Starr in the splits, attacking the hamstrings. He goes back again to the spinning toe hold, almost a half of a figure four leg lock there.
The hamstring, one of the most integral muscles in the body, one that we hear from football players, basketball players, pulling from time to time, having so much problem with. Al Perez, of course, wrestlers have the same situation, except they're not padded like a football player would be.
Ricky Starr raking the eyes. Starr getting up slowly. I'm sure his knees are hurting him at this point. Starr firing away with some forearms across the back to Perez. He fires him in with a hard arm whip. Goes into the attack. Couple of knees to the midsection. Starr trying to pull Perez out of the corner. But Perez holding his own. He manages to get that arm whip once again, but just barely. He didn't fire him in with much velocity. As Perez fired back with a quick forearm, he catches him out of the ropes. There's that belly to back.
1, 2, and 3, and that's it. Al Perez with an extremely impressive victory here on Mid-South Wrestling, and we'll be back, and it's going to be a battle when we return. Rob Ricksteiner against Dr. Death Steve Williams in the television tournament right after this.
This is a Mid-South TV title tournament bout. One fall or television time remaining. In the red corner from Oklahoma University, Dr. Death Steve Williams. And across the ring in the blue corner, Rob Ricksteiner. Your referee, Carl Fergie.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this can be billed as the Big 8 versus the Big 10. Inasmuch that Dr. Death Steve Williams, as we all know, four-time All-American, University of Oklahoma, Big 8 heavyweight wrestling champion. Rob Ricksteiner from University of Michigan, Joe, Big 10 champion. So we'll have quite a physical battle between these two men.
Well, Jim, while neither one of these men could be considered veterans in the professional wrestling range, Dr. Death has a slight edge in the professional wrestling experience, which could be to his advantage. Both of them great amateurs, unparalleled in their weights. Fireman's carry there by Rob Ricksteiner as he does a flex similar to what Dr. Death did at the beginning of the match. Dr. Death getting up slowly from that fireman's carry. I think he was caught a little bit off guard by that.
Well, not too many men in Dr. Death's career have executed a fireman's carry on the good doctor.
No, sir. However, Dr. Death is not. Whoa, Doc! Caught him two quick arm drags. And now it's Dr. Death flexing.
Well, both these guys are in phenomenal physical condition. As anyone can see, they are in great condition.
Doc, whoa, he made a mistake. He turned his back on his opponent. He turned his back on his opponent. And let me tell you, that's one of the things about Doc. Sometimes he relies a little bit too much on that strength of his. Gets a little bit overconfident, but you just really can't take anything away from him.
Certainly not. He is one of the most improved wrestlers in professional wrestling. No doubt about that, and he is really a superstar on his way up. But I'm impressed, Joel, with Rob Ricksteiner. He's got the amateur background. He's got all the physical tools as he reverses Steve Dr. Death Williams. We haven't seen that too often.
He pulled a switch on him and went into the hammerlock. Dr. Death got out of the hammerlock. Dr. Death with the Granby roll. Nice Granby roll there. Ricksteiner getting up looking a little bit confused. I think he thought that he had Doc under control. But Doc, I'm telling you, I have never seen anybody that can keep him down on the mat, especially in a referee's position like that. Doc hammered him right cross. He really hammered Ricksteiner. An illegal blow, but that gave him the momentum as he takes Ricksteiner in and hammers him hard elbow. Headbutt.
Every part of his 265-pound frame is a weapon. He does not have a portion of his body that he cannot punish you with. The flat of the foot being no different as he is really taking it now to Rob Ricksteiner.
Jim, even though Dr. Death is a fantastic athlete and everything, he's kind of like Al Perez in that he's just as well versed in single competition as he is in tag team competition. I think he's learned quite a bit from being in tag team competition from Ted DiBiase, though, tactically. He's had all the physical tools all the way along since he very first began. Dr. Death hammered Ricksteiner again with another right cross, staggered him, catches him a clothesline, down he goes. Lateral press.
This may be all for Rob. Well, Dr. Death said, no, it's not going to be all. I'm going to pick him up.
Doc with a hard elbow across the neck. Doc gaining momentum on Ricksteiner.
Just like the Sooners on their way to the Orange Bowl, they're getting that momentum, and Dr. Death.
Whoa, body slam. Doc went for the elbow, but Ricksteiner got out of the way. Doc sometimes goes for those high-risk maneuvers a little bit too early. Ricksteiner sinks a right. Both men toe-to-toe, exchanging blows. And, brother, let me tell you, any one of those blows could have taken the head off the normal man. Hard arm whip. Ricksteiner flattens him with an elbow. This is a fantastic battle. Both of these men have barely even broken a sweat yet, and they are in such good condition.
Ricksteiner certainly not intimidated by Dr. Death's track record, as many are.
Both men have about the same mental temperament, I think. Both of them have quick fuses.
And they stay angry. They stay in a very violent temperament. Of course, we've seen Dr. Death more times. Of course, being from Oklahoma and seeing him through the years of the Oklahoma Sooners. But I know that Rob Ricksteiner's got that great background as well, talking to people up in the Big Ten area. He is a tremendous athlete and dominated that conference.
Ricksteiner got up a little bit too high on the head there, lost his leverage, and Dr. Death managed to pull him over. Doc back up now. Doc with a hard right cross. Ricksteiner once again is staggered. Doc fires him in. He went for that three-point stance, but he missed it. Ricksteiner once again out of the way. Ricksteiner's quick. He has a high threshold of pain. He keeps it going. He has really surprised me in this bout. Arm whip! Ricksteiner went for a suplex, but Dr. Death's own momentum carried him completely over.
Boy, this is physical, Joel, here on Mid-South Wrestling.
Again, Doc goes for the body slam. Ricksteiner takes him in for the roll-up, but Doc hangs onto the ropes. Doc hangs onto the ropes, and now he's setting up for that three-point stance once again. He caught Ricksteiner off guard and really connected with it. He connected full force with that blow.
That's a technique he used to drive those Nebraska linemen off the line of scrimmage when you played Nebraska, now the Oklahoma Stampede. Well, not many do it better, I'll say that. Dr. Steve Williams with a hard-fought victory over Rob Ricksteiner. And ladies and gentlemen, we still have some time, and we'll be back with Hacksaw Duggan versus Humongous right after this from the Mid-South Television Network.
This is a Mid-South TV title tournament match. One fall or television time remaining.
Boys, men, people of Mid-South, I want you to gaze into the corner and into the eyes of the creature from the Valley of Death. The one, the only, Humongous.
And on his way to the ring in this one fall or television time remaining tournament bout from New York State, Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Your referee, Tommy Gilbert.
And ladies and gentlemen, Hacksaw Duggan taking a very close look at Humongous. I got a feeling they'll get to know each other much more personally than that. But I want to add that Hacksaw Jim Duggan's lady, Deborah, is at ringside for this match. Interesting situation here. We almost had the Beauty and the Beast with Humperdinck on the floor on the other side, of course being the Beast, and the very attractive Deborah on the outside of the ring.
Well, it's good to see her again after what happened to her at the hands of Buzz Sawyer, a tragic incident. It's good to have her around the ringside. I think Duggan, I'm sure, knows what he's doing by bringing her out to ringside with him. I think he has a point to prove. Both of these men squaring off there with a couple of shoulder smashes. Duggan gets the upper hand, though. Duggan caught Humongous with a hard clothesline, takes him down. Clothesline, of course, made illegal in NFL football, but it's still alive and well in the pro wrestling rings. Collar and elbow tie-up. Humongous with a hard forearm smash. He goes for a clothesline. Duggan hangs onto the ropes. Sir Oliver Humperdinck trying to trip him out there. Humperdinck is playing with fire there. Hacksaw Duggan is one man that you don't want to interfere with. Humongous with that big leg. Takes Duggan in again. Bear hug.
Well, this is a main event anywhere in the country. It is a main event without a doubt. Where else but Mid-South Wrestling? This very important television tournament matchup. Of course, the television title vacated, and Hacksaw Duggan went to the mask. Boy, put that big grade A ham on the mask to no avail.
He hammered in that mask is a protective piece of gear. Catches Duggan again. Humongous has Duggan in a predicament.
Here, Sir Oliver Humperdinck on the other side of the ring.
Humongous has been undefeated on Mid-South television. Certainly quite a test for Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and the fact that the TV title is on the line in this tournament makes this match a very, very, very important one. Both of these men at the top of the ranks. Arm whip, and Humongous again goes to the bear hug.
Now he's got 275 plus pounds up in that bear hug, and he is squeezing. Hacksaw Duggan, you can see his back getting red around the ribs, and Humongous has really got it locked. His hands are really locked together, and Duggan is in a bad way at this point in time, with Humongous controlling the tempo, which is very unusual, as we see Deborah at ringside cheering Jim on. This is a very unusual situation to see Hacksaw Duggan in.
It sure is, but the people are behind Jim Duggan 100% as we heard him chanting, Duggan, Duggan. Tommy Gilbert wouldn't check the arm of Hacksaw Duggan. He was that close to being unconscious, but Duggan back in again, trying to attack, but still a little bit weary. That bear hug will drive the oxygen right out of your lungs, especially when applied by Humongous.
Well, he's 300 pounds, you know, and he's 6'6" or 7", whatever he is. He's a massive individual. Sir Oliver Humperdinck wandering around to the wrong side of the ring, in my opinion. The referee can't watch everything. He's got his hands full with this tremendous confrontation. Duggan is being really tested by this phenomenal athlete known only as Humongous.
Well, Duggan, this is the kind of match you really have to get psyched up for, and you really have to use a lot of strategy against a man like Humongous. And Duggan, of course, had his thoughts misdirected earlier with the incident we saw involving Buzz Sawyer. Dick Slater, it's official, he has been fined $2,500 for his actions. Of course. All right, Duggan's back up. Duggan's up, he's firing up.
Yes, sir, he's got him up.
Whoa, I think that's the first time I've ever seen Humongous slam. Humongous.
But the referee, right in the small of the back, right in the kidney area.
Humperdinck is pulling a chair into the ring. Humperdinck is holding a chair up. This is a new tactic, but Duggan reversed it. Oh, and he hammered Humongous. Spear. He hit him the spear. Lateral press. Oh, listen to this crowd. Yes. I love it.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan is standing tall, and he is going to move right on in the Mid-South Television Tournament, ladies and gentlemen. What a tremendous victory. There you see him. Hacksaw Jim Duggan with Deborah. A great victory for Hacksaw Duggan, a hard defeat for Sir Oliver Humperdinck's Humongous. And ladies and gentlemen, we've got a tremendous program for you here next week. Joe, tell us something about what we're going to be doing here next week.
Well, this is our final taping at Irish McNeil's Boys Club. The next time you see us, we'll be at our new location in Tulsa at the Downtown Convention Center. I'm excited about it. SPN Productions will be handling the production from now on. We'd like to thank Oral Link for the great job that he and KTBS have done over the past several years.
One of the greatest production crews in the country, ladies and gentlemen, no doubt about that. The people in Shreveport are great as usual. Now, ladies and gentlemen, next week in the television tournament, you're going to see Ricky Gibson go against Jake the Snake Roberts right here on television. Plus, you're going to see, listen to this one, Mad Dog Buzz Sawyer against Dr. Death Steve Williams. It's going to be a great, great hour. For our ring announcer, Boyd Pierce, for my colleague, Joel Watts, I'm Jim Ross, ladies and gentlemen, saying thank you so very much for being with us. Enjoy the holidays, and we'll see you next week on Mid-South Wrestling.